Alright, we're back. I have rested a little bit after
I have peed.
all that.
Oh.
Alright.
Yeah. Who should read my poem to next? Yeah, I think I'm gonna be taking it easy this time around.
Alright.
Well, yeah. Best for last? So...
As well at this point.
Right.
Okay.
Beep. Ellipses.
Ellipses?
Bruh, if you're going to take this club seriously, then go home. If you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home.
I'm glad we went with brah. What? Harsh, brah.
What, you expect me to believe you actually put effort into this?
Wow.
Do you think I'm stupid?
A little bit. And I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about.
Ellipses.
Yeah, you ellipses.
Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off trying again.
I think it's Monica's job anyway. Fair enough. Well, at least to each their own, I guess.
Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, my turn. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it.
The rhyming scheme is a little bit better than, what was the other one? Sayuri?
Yeah.
I like Sayori's.
It's fine if you like Sayuri's. It's like, I want breakfast!
Yeah. I told you you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing is supposed to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't that the point of poems, for people to express themselves? Huh. Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening.
Mm.
So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, and then I made it fall flat on purpose.
Like breakfast.
Like breakfast.
It helps to bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
You sound so sarcastic.
I am. I don't particularly care for Natsuki. I think she's a little bit mean.
Aww.
To be fair,
That's what it means to be a pro.
a little cocky.
I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I've been humoring her the whole time. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. It's kind of like a kid. A child.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yuri time. Let's get some Yuri. Lucas-style wipe.
Ellipses.
As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
Eh? What was that?
Ellipses? Did I say that out loud?
Oh yeah, I'm holding you to it. You're Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face.
Oh,
Yeah, keep making those noises.
he's going to hate me. Oh, God.
I'm sorry. You know you're saying you really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri, and you know you're saying that out loud, right?
That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Hell if I know. Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have?
Well, I wrote something last night, and that's it.
Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
You're fine to believe that. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly and looks at my poem again.
Ellipses. Well, I know that. I just meant,
I'm amazing. You can say it. Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. No, you weren't.
She's lying.
It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them.
Well, you didn't when you read it, so I don't know that that's true. So,
Let me backtrack. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
I was never really thinking about writing poetry, but I guess if I ever have to, I guess learning something, so I guess that's good. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for.
I wasn't.
There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a single poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though.
Oh, really? Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
That's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club?
Dosed under the light, the tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
Damn, son.
Ellipses. I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting.
Better than mine. What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Ow. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting... excuse me. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
You into ghosts, Yuri?
Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, brah.
Really? Must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive, too, so...
Not really. It was just kind of a string of abstract words put together on a page. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, brah.
Me too. I love that we named ourselves that. Phew! I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayuri and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki's dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Hang on, it's loading. You mean you have to try hard to come up with something nice to say?
To be fair, she
Thanks.
has a hard time coming with anything to say, usually.
Yeah.
I'm
Thanks.
nervous.
That's what I mean.
Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Little bitch.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it.
Damn.
Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it,
Well, Sayuri likes everything.
and Bra did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style.
You tell her, Yuri.
I don't expect to change it anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring,
Preach, girl.
which I haven't yet.
I don't have a thing for that.
And Bra liked my poem too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He even told me he was impressed by it.
Oh, yeah. Natsuki suddenly stands up.
oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress the new member, Yuri.
That's not what I... Oh... You're just...
A dick. Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Bra appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours.
You didn't really get advice from Natsuki.
Yeah.
Huh. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more?
You didn't give any.
Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Oh!
Air horns.
Is everyone okay?
No!
Well, you know what?
Let's get ready for a death battle!
I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Bra started showing up.
That's
Natsuki!
Oh god, what am I doing with this? Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve
This doesn't involve you!
I don't like fighting, guys.
Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. I got popcorn.
Bra! She's just trying to make me look bad.
Loading. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place.
I think you started it.
Oh boy. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader and not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Bra.
Well, wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Bra? Well?
Ellipses? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Okay, then we're going with Yuri.
Wow, that was
That's
quick.
what it's going to be. Wait, or do we say help me Sayuri? Yeah, save that. That's probably a good idea.
I'm gonna save one of them and not the other.
Okay.
I mean, what would you do in the normal situation?
Yeah, what would...
I don't feel like
What
I'm
would you
normally
do?
put in this situation,
What
so...
would Al
Would you
do?
pick sides or would you pick a middle ground?
I would probably find a middle ground. But if we go with Yuri, do we get Yuri?
It all depends. I don't think it... I mean, she'll like you more for sure if you pick her, but I think you can still
somewhere, you
get
know?
her otherwise, so...
Okay, I guess we
Yeah.
go middle ground. Help me, Sayuri. Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead, I turn to Yuri. Yuri,
Ellipses.
but Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Ellipses. Sayuri. Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayuri uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? I'm not a dick.
Brah.
Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her.
I agree.
Okay.
It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict.
Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being.
She would never.
Yeah, I don't think she would.
It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place.
Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself?
This is suddenly got really intense.
This is exactly why. Exactly why nobody likes.
Stop!
Me?
Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented.
Except me.
So why are we fighting?
Because.
Well,
Also, Natsuki's cute,
Okay.
and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were.
Okay.
Big and beautiful.
Okay.
Oh.
Ellipses?
ellipses.
Sayuri. Sayuri stands triumphantly. You gotta after that. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression.
I'll make some tea.
Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayuri is vice president, I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. What was her voice?
She's had so many.
You voiceless individual, you.
Arnold.
Arnold.
To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things. But I'm not very good with people. They confuse me. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing for me.
What?
Nah. It's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either.
Well, I guess it just means Sayori is amazing in her own way, isn't she?
You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that you know exactly what she's doing. Or she knows exactly what she's doing.
I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt.
That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. I don't know. She kind of blocked us earlier.
Okay, everyone. This is about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing your poems?
It was a lot of fun.
Well, I'd say it was worth it.
It was alright. Well, mostly.
Brah, how about you?
Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone.
Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow.
Oh god, no.
And maybe you learned something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better.
Ellipses. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. And I to myself with a newfound determination.
Brah. Ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go. Should we just... Sayuri beams at me. Should we just walk home on the next one? It truly has been a while since Sayuri and I have spent this much time together. But I think we'll spend a little bit more time with her next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, that was considerably easier on my throat this time. Yeah, I guess we'll see you guys next time.
Yep.
Alright.
Bye.
Doki,
Bye, everybody.